Do one thing every day that scares you. Namaskar. Welcome to Next IS. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we will cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. And here, first article talks about high altitude sickness, which occurs when body struggles to adjust high elevations where oxygen levels are lower. Its symptoms include headache, nausea, and fatigue. And if untreated, it can progress to life-threatening conditions like high altitude pulmonary edema and high altitude cerebral edema. To prevent it, gradual ascent and medications are recommended, but infrastructural issues in Himalayan regions, especially beyond major towns, hinder the management of high altitude sickness. Therefore, there are some policy proposals to address these issues, and it includes establishment of state-of-art medical facilities in high altitude regions, creation of research centers for high altitude illness. Now, Donald Trump has proposed imposing tariff of up to 60% on Chinese imports and 10% on imports from the European Union to reduce the US trade deficit and encourage domestic production. Impact of these tariffs could lead to higher domestic prices in the US, causing inflation. However, if tariffs reduce the trade deficit, they may strengthen US dollar and moderate inflation. But if other countries retaliate with their own tariffs, it could trigger a global trade war, worsen inflation, and affect global commodity prices. Now, India and Italy have agreed to negotiate on defense industrial roadmap and establish agreements on mutual protection and exchange of classified information. This is outlined in the Joint Strategic Action Plan 2025 to 2029, and it focuses on deepening bilateral ties over the next 5 years. The plan also includes discussion on increasing interoperability between their armed forces, particularly in the Indo-Pacific region. The discussion covered defense, security, trade, technology, and cultural cooperation. Both countries also agreed to enhance partnership in technology collaboration and co-development of defense equipment. Now, for the first time, Union Rural Development Ministry is allowing self-survey for beneficiaries under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Grameen. This scheme was started in 2016, and its second phase aims to build 2 crore houses. The recent survey is designed to ensure fairness and transparency, preventing bias and exclusion of households. Talking about Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Grameen, it aims to provide housing for poorest segments of the society. Beneficiaries are selected through a detailed validation process using socio-economic caste census 2011, Awas plus surveys, Gram Sabha approvals, and geotagging to ensure aid reaches to the deserving. The scheme incorporates IT and direct benefit transfer for efficient fund disbursement, and it uses region-specific housing designs and employs evidence-based monitoring with geotag photos at various construction stages. Under this scheme, beneficiaries are provided financial assistance of 1,20,000 in plain areas and 1,30,000 in hilly states, including northeastern states and UTs of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. Now, Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development for 2023 was awarded to classical pianist and conductor Daniel Barenboim and Palestinian peace activist Ali Babu Awad. Now, India and UK have agreed to restart negotiations for free trade deal in New Year, following a meeting between UK Prime Minister and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro. Trade talks, which began in 2022 during Boris Johnson's government, have seen 14 rounds but have not yet been concluded. UK aims to strengthen cooperation in education, security, technology, and climate change, with discussions also including defense and cultural ties. Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a revised nuclear doctrine declaring that conventional attack on Russia supported by nuclear power will be considered a joint attack. The doctrine states that massive aerial attack on Russia could trigger a nuclear response and emphasize that any aggression against Russia, including from NATO allies, would be considered an attack on the entire bloc. The updated policy includes more detailed conditions for nuclear weapon use, particularly in response to large-scale air attacks. Next article talks about Army Tactical Missile System, which is a conventional surface-to-surface artillery weapon system with maximum range of 300 kilometers, significantly surpassing the range of existing army cannons and rockets. They are fired from high-mobility artillery rocket system and multiple rocket system platforms. Next and last headline talks about exercise Sanyukt Vimochan 2024, because recently Indian Army successfully conducted Sanyukt Vimochan 2024 exercise in Gujarat. It is a multilateral annual joint humanitarian assistance and disaster relief exercise, and it showcased India's disaster response readiness through tabletop exercise and multi-agency capability demonstration. So with this, let's conclude today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.